I just wanted to share a couple things with you. I have an updated skin routine that I've only been using for 1 week, but I'm seeing dramatic differences in my skin already, and I just wanted to kind of share with you some of those things, so hopefully you find something helpful in the information. 10 years ago, I worked for Clinique. I was taught a lot about skincare while I worked for Clinique. Now, it was a long time ago, but they had some really good classes and I learned a lot of information. And the program that we figured out I needed for my skin was for oily skin. Not necessarily acne prone, because they do have an acne line, but just for oily skin. I thought I had combination skin, you know, typical T-zone dryness and breaking out. We all know how that goes. But we decided that the oily skin line was the one that would work best for me. So what I would do is in the shower, I would use their facial soap for oily skin. And then when I would get out of the shower, I would use, a lot of people call this a toner. It's actually not a toner, it's an exfoliator. And the way you're supposed to do it is to put a little, a couple pumps on your cotton ball and swipe the dead skin off of your face. The soap is supposed to prep your skin and kind of bring that loose skin to the surface, and then their clarifying lotion is what takes it off, and I use the clarifying lotion for. Then when I was done, I would use their facial moisturizer, and then I would always use their turnaround concentrate, and I would use their eye cream. Now at the time I was using the All About Eyes Rich, and this helps with puffiness and wrinkles and everything else that a normal eye cream does, but it was their Rich. Well, about 6 months ago, I realized that I was my skin just went downhill. I was breaking out. I had little bumps all over my cheeks. I had tons of flakiness on my in my T-zone, and then I would break out where I was putting the actual moisturizing product. So I switched a couple of things, thinking that maybe it was more along the lines of the moisturizer that was causing the problems for me. So I got rid of the Clinique moisturizer, and I started using the Shiseido. This is the Pureness Matifying Moisturizer, oil-free, and I really like it. This is more almost like a gel. And it feels really fresh. It goes on kind of wet. It looks really almost like a gel. But then when it rubs into your skin, it leaves almost a matte finish after it soaks into your skin. And it smells really good. It smells really clean and fresh. And so I started using that, and I switched the eye product from the All About Eyes Rich to just the regular All About Eyes. And the Rich is kind of, you can see it's kind of, it's real thick. And you really have to dig in there to get product. You know, if you put your finger in it, you don't get a whole lot of product. I mean, you have to really kind of dig. And it's super thick and it's very rich. Hence the name. So then I switched to the All About Eyes Regular, which is also more like a lotion or a gel. And, nothing changed about my skin. It didn't get any better. It didn't get any worse. But it just wasn't working. Last week, when I went to my stores and got all the products that I did in my haul video, I actually left a couple of products out because I wanted to try them first and see how they worked before I mentioned anything about them. But what I ended up doing was finding actually 3 different skincare routines that I wanted to try, so I kind of combined them. And what I do is I switch every 3rd day. So on one day, I've been using the Angels on Bare Skin. This is the facial cleanser from Lush, and this is the one that I got for free with after turning in my empty pots. So I used that on one day, and then the next day I used the MAC Cleanse Off Oil. Now this is a makeup remover, but it actually cleanses my skin. And I was thinking, you know, before I would have used this to take off my makeup, but then I would have, again, used the Clinique clarifying lotion, just because I felt like I had to clean my face after that. But I was worried that I was stripping all the oils from my face, so I didn't want to do that. So I used the oil cleanser, and then I would go back in. I actually with moisturizer, and I actually bought this Garnier Nutritioniste. This is the Moisture Rescue. And I like the Shiseido Matifying, but as you saw, it kind of leaves a matte finish on your hand, whereas the Garnier is more like a lotion, and it leaves your skin kind of dewy, and it feels really, really good, and it smells incredible. So I would use those two on the second day, and then on the third day, I bought the Garnier, it's Garnier Nutri-Pure Oil-Free Cleansing Towelettes. I just bought one package, and used that on the third day, followed up with the moisturizer. Also, I would use the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. After only using this method where I switch every other day or every day to a new product, 3 different products, it's only been a week and I have noticed a tremendous change in my skin. I don't have the flakiness. I am also using the St. Ives scrub, the green tea scrub, but I've only used that one time. So I don't really know if that counts. I doubt that it would change my skin that drastically after using it one time. But I don't have the dry skin that I used to in my T-zone. Virtually all of the breakout spots, blemishes that I had are gone. Not completely, but pretty close. And my skin is just already getting better. And if it's this way after only 1 week, I can't wait to see what it looks like after 2 weeks or after a month of using these products and switching them up. Now, maybe it's one product that's making the difference, and by switching them, I'm not able to tell which one it is. I'm okay with that, as long as my skin's getting better. You know, maybe after my skin is completely better and I've been able to sustain it, maybe I'll, you know, just do 2 products instead of 1 and see if I notice any changes. But for now, I'm switching the 3 and really only getting 1 good day of deep cleansing. Still removing my makeup and any, you know, any dirt or any gook that gets on my face during the day, but this is the only one that's really doing any type of deep cleansing. Another thing that I changed, I went from the NARS Sheer Glow to the recommended Sheer Matte. I can't remember how much the foundation is, but it's not cheap by any means. It is not cheap at all. So I tried the matte on my face. Still, I mean, I think this probably showed the flakes in my T-zone even worse than the Sheer Glow. So out of desperation, I was actually, of all places, at the grocery store with my daughter, and I caught just a little tiny section in the of this big huge grocery store of cosmetics, drugstore brand cosmetics, and this is actually Maybelline, and it's the Instant Age Rewind Radiant Firming Makeup. It was like $6. This is, what, $30, $40? $6. Amazing coverage. You would not believe the coverage that I get with this. My skin looks natural. It is kind of dewy. It doesn't, in the problem areas where my pores are larger, it doesn't show them off even more. It like covers them. It's buildable. It doesn't oxidize. You know, sometimes foundations will, especially the cheaper end ones, will, once the air hits them, they'll kind of turn darker or get kind of cakey. No problems with this at all. It's incredible. I love it. And I can wear it all day and all night long. I'm in love. I cannot believe I'm in love with a $6 foundation. Who knew? So, yeah, that's my updated skincare routine. I'll put information in the box below with the names, and if I can find the prices, I got all of mine at CVS. I'll put that information in there. Oh, and right now, also at CVS, if you spend $20 in Garnier products, or I think even L'Oreal products, they give you $10 back in register box. So I thought that was a really good deal, and I was really happy with that. So yeah, if you have any questions, comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks. Bye-bye.